Hello there, Aquarius. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your May 2022 Tarot and Oracle forecast. I hope you guys are doing great out there today, Aquarius. We're going to jump in and look at an overall view of what is going on for you throughout the month of May. We will be using a combination of Oracle cards and 2 tarot decks to get all your messages today. I am also an astrologer, so if you're interested in more of the astrological and planetary events going on through this month, do check the end of this video. There will be a link that will take you to a video that will talk all about the astrology planetary transits that are going on through this month. Aquarius, I always love to see you guys here. You are one of my favorite signs, and I always appreciate your time and energy. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like any information regarding the decks that I use in my readings, or would like to make a donation to the channel, all those links and information are down below in the description box. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Dear angels, ancestors, spirit guides, let's see what we have for our beautiful Aquarius folks during the month of May coming up. Anything that they need to see for their highest and best good, please show us, Aquarius, May 2022. All right. Ooh, I like to see this card here. Aquarius, your main energy, your main focus, what's coming through is the benefactor, grace and generosity. So this could be a very lucky, very fortuitous and abundant month indeed. There could be somebody special in your life, or some kind of, help that comes through, some kind of aid that really benefits you. But I feel like this is very much part of like teamwork or a relationship, or even a positive coworker or boss. There's somebody, in your life that acts as a benefactor. And in turn, it's like you're able to help others because they're helping you, kind of feeling. Grace and generosity. So, to me, grace is similar to mercy, but not quite as dramatic, maybe. It's really being kind, being forgiving, allowing people to be just as they are, giving somebody grace, right? Is to give them allowance, to give them kindness, to give them that generous spirit. I feel like the good that you do really comes back to you this month, and it's just such a cute card. It looks like 2 little mice snuggling up together. It's really adorable. So I do feel like this is a sweet energy, very positive. It's like someone's helping you, you're helping them. It makes you both feel good, brings you closer together. Let's get into a numerology card for you, Aquarius. Let's see what special numbers or number might be coming up for you for May 2022. Ooh, self-discipline. So Aquarius, you may have to be a little bit on your best behavior, or you may be working at something that takes a little bit extra time. You may not have as much time to just, goof off and be as carefree and have as much free time to yourself as usual. It's like there's something that really requires your effort, your discipline, your focus. This is not a forever situation, right? It's like this isn't something you're going to have to work that hard at forever, but this is really telling you, it's like, stay the course, stay focused. If there's something you really want to accomplish this month, it's going to take a little extra discipline, a little extra focus. The number is 41. So to me, the 4 is really about stability. It's really about stabilizing yourself, getting grounded, getting rooted, being very firm, very confident, feeling more, less insecure about yourself too, like having more security around who you are, because the number 1 is the individual, right? It's your own personal individuality, your own personal magic. So I really do feel the more that you focus on where you want to go, the kind of person that you want to be in the world, the better it's going to get. So let's get into a crystal and chakra card, Aquarius. Let's see what chakra is being activated the most this month. Let's see what crystals or gemstones are best for you to work with as well. Ooh, yes. And I love this, Aquarius. The fluorite is an excellent crystal for focus. Ah, and we just talked about how important focus and discipline are this month. This is an excellent stone, especially if you struggle with any kind of issues with, you know, like ADD. A lot of folks really love to use it because it helps them really focus and, you know, keep the mind straight. It does connect as well to your spirit guides, so you may have some extra support from the divine with this, but it does activate that third chakra, the third eye, right? So it really does help to clarify the mind. You know, obviously if you know, need outside help for, you know, being more focused or learning, you know, ways to be more disciplined, etc. Using a crystal doesn't take the place of regular medical care or counseling, but it can be a very, very nice support, a very nice piece that you can use to focus those intentions and that energy. So guys, let's next get into a spirit, guardian, guide, ascended master, angel. Let's see who is coming up, please, for Aquarius for May 2022. Which one of you wants to help them out the most, please? Very nice. Oh, I love her. Joan of Arc, one of my personal favorites. You know, she was a Capricorn, so she has that very like stabilizing, grounding energy of commitment and the voice of truth, which is what she is on this card. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release fear, right? Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth, right? Be true to yourself, speak how you feel. Act in accordance. Don't be afraid to stand up for what you truly believe in, Aquarius, and what really matters to you. You know, this could also be sort of like wisdom beyond your years kind of feeling. Very, very nice. You could also have a strong association to a Capricorn with that card coming through. So next, let's get into the tarot, Aquarius. Let's see what Spirit has for you. We're going to do a full spread and see what is coming out for this month of May. Please show us Aquarius in the tarot. Very nice. Oh, yeah. All right, Aquarius. So right in the center, your primary focus this month, this right now, is justice, the Libra energy of balance, harmony, and equilibrium. This could deal with some legal issues. This could deal with wanting things to come into greater harmony, feeling like you want justice and fairness to be restored in life. It could also say that maybe if you've been pushing something too hard, like if you've been working too hard, it is time for you to have some equal relaxation. Yes, this is a month of self-discipline, but part of that discipline could also just be making, you know, positive time for rest, for relaxation if you've been working too hard. So let's get into a clarifier for justice for Aquarius. And the Seven of Cups. I do feel like you're really trying to gain some clarity, because the Seven of Cups can be an emotional card of feeling overwhelmed. It is also a time to make some real decisions, Aquarius. You know, it's time to get clear about what it is that you want. You may have been procrastinating a lot or putting some things off, because with the Seven of Cups, it can put a lot on your plate, right? It's like there's all these different options, all these different things I could do or choices I could make. And because they're overwhelming, I haven't made any choice, right? So I'm still sitting here trying to figure it out. So this is definitely a month where, you know, you want to gain your clarity. You want to make a good decision and go forward with it instead of just spinning your wheels or procrastinating. In the immediate past, we do have the High Priestess. This is one of the most mysterious cards of the deck. So, you know, it wouldn't be surprising if, you know, over this last month, it's been maybe quite emotional. A little bit like you're kind of just guessing or just wondering what's really going on, because there could be some things that you feel are being hidden from view or difficult to get clarity about. So let's get a second card on this High Priestess. Let's see if we can gain a little bit deeper understanding of what's going on with this. Five of Cups. Yeah, I think that there's something that's been really emotionally challenging or difficult. The Five of Cups definitely deals with something not going quite the way that you want it to. But with the High Priestess, it feels a little bit difficult to ascertain exactly what's the best course of action to help heal that. Because there's definitely been, you know, some hurtful words or some, you know, difficult conversations or something that's really let you down. Either you or somebody else or both of you are really kind of hurting and both feeling that. But in the background, right, you know, the Two of Cups is still standing. So it kind of says, you know, not all is lost. But you're going to have to make some decisions. You're going to have to see things a lot more clear going forward. And you're going to need to help to bring things back into balance. Going into the immediate future, we do have the Four of Pentacles. You might be feeling a little cautious, maybe even a bit stingy, because, you know, the Four of Pentacles is very careful. This is usually the kind of person that's saying, you know, I'm so scared of getting hurt. I don't want to be taken advantage of, either emotionally or financially. So I'm just being very, very careful, very guarded. You know, sometimes that you need to be cautious, sometimes you need to be careful, but this is a card that really does tell us, you know, don't be too closed off, because if you're too closed off, you can't let good things in, right? You can't receive anything either if you're not willing to give. And with that benefactor energy, you know, this first card that came up, you know, is a card of grace and generosity. I feel like that's really something that, for some of you, you might be struggling with it a bit. You might be kind of going, yeah, I want to give, I want to be open, I want to be this. But there could be this fear that you have deep in your core that's like, it's hard for you to trust. It's hard for you to open up on some level. Let's see if we can get deeper into what that means for you. Hanged Man. There's some decisions that you haven't made yet. There's a lack of clarity here, Aquarius. And I don't know where that's coming from exactly. You know, this is definite Pisces energy. Both the Moon and the Hangman coming up around this Four of Pentacles. So I get a feeling that you may not even know exactly why you're being so closed off. You may really have to dig a little deeper into your own emotional center. I don't think that holding on too tight or being too guarded is actually the best approach. And the reason is because the Hangman is about letting something go. This is Neptune energy. This is about release. This is about sacrifice. It's about being willing to shut off an old way of being. So it's kind of saying, you know, even if you feel a little bit scared, even if you feel kind of nervous about opening up, Aquarius, you kind of have to open up, because if you don't, like, you could lose it all. That's kind of that feeling that it gives. Very, very interesting kind of combination of cards here. On the bottom, what you're focused on subconsciously is the Two of Cups. So you are very focused on a relationship. If you're single, you may be focused on finding a relationship or coming into connection with somebody that you really miss, or maybe an ex. But this to me mostly says, like, you're really thinking about a soulmate, twin flame, love interest. And because we have that healing caduceus, that symbol in the middle of them, that's very much about healing a relationship. So, you know, I do feel like what I'm looking at here, there has been some disappointments. There probably has been, you know, maybe one or both of you are hurting or feeling kind of sad, feeling kind of let down about some things. But you are very focused on trying to heal the situation. Like, you really are thinking about them. Let's get a clarifier, please, on the Two of Cups for Aquarius. With the Queen of Wands. So this is somebody very fiery. This is somebody very passionate. You know, this is somebody that's not afraid to be themselves. They are a fiery, creative kind of person that you're thinking about or kind of feeling. This is also saying, you know, you have to be just as confident as they are, because this is a very confident person, right? You know, healing your own psyche, healing your own sense of self-worth is important, because this person does value themselves and they value their heart, and they do have a lot to give. This is a very generous personality, the Queen of Wands. You know, she's a very magic kind of queen, and she really gives with an open heart. So it's kind of like, you know, if you got somebody given like that, very open emotionally, you kind of have to meet them halfway. On the top, we've got the King of Cups. crowning the spread. This is our message from Spirit. So Aquarius, this is making good decisions with your heart, with your emotions. This is also, to me, Spirit saying, you know, you do have trustworthy people around you and with you. The King of Cups is a trustworthy person. This is the kind of person that usually has your back, and you can really count on them. So it is a very strong card, and I do feel like, you know, you are capable of making good decisions with your emotions. That's really giving you some nice support. So let's get into a clarifier on this for the King of Cups. What more does Spirit want Aquarius to know? Yeah, and I feel like, you know, this is making good decisions as well to heal your heart, to heal any past disappointments or troubles in relationships, right? It's time to pull those swords out of your heart, Aquarius, and Spirit is going to help you heal. I really do feel as well with that position, it's time to ask for help from Spirit. It's time to ask for help from the divine. King of Cups is also, you know, kind of that figure of an emotional counselor, you know, that could help guide you through it if you need that external help. Let's get into some advice for Aquarius, please. What do they need to know about all of this going forward? I feel like, you know, your heart's being healed. You're really having some outside source is really helping to heal your heart. That's a really nice position. Suggested approach. Look at that. Your own power card coming out here, Aquarius. I love to see that because this is really you. Whenever somebody's own card comes out in their reading, it always feels good. It always feels like a really positive indicator. And it really tells you that, you know, it's good to be true to yourself. You know, it's good to be your authentic self. But it also tells me that better times are ahead. The Star card is always, you know, hope after a difficult time. Like if you've been really going through that dark tunnel or that dark night of the soul, this is really the light at the end of the tunnel that you're finally seeing. This is hopes, wishes, faith being restored, you know, coming into greater balance, right? We have one foot on the solid, practical earth. We have one foot in the intuitive emotion of water, right? So it's really a beautiful balance between the two. And I feel like, you know, this is really you coming back into a sense of purity, a sense of innocence, a sense of hope in the future. Let's get into a clarifier, Aquarius. It's really a time to embrace, you know, the positive potentials instead of worrying that it's just going to be difficult. Six of Swords. Look at this, Aquarius. It's time to leave arguments, negativity, stress, anxiety, chaos. It's really time to leave that all behind. This is a very strong directive. And you've got the Six of Swords twice coming up in your suggestions and in your approach. So I absolutely feel like it's really time to let bygones be bygones. If you need to apologize, go ahead and do it. If they need to apologize, they'll probably be doing it too. But I do feel like it's time to let go of arguments. Like, don't pick fights, and don't let people just pick fights with you, right? If they do pick fights with you, it's fine, you know, to move away from that, you know, till things calm down. That's fine. What you need to know, look at that, Six of Swords again. This is actually one of the best cards in the Swords suit because it does indicate, you know, this very clear choice to get in the boat, to move away from the choppy waters of difficulty, stress, anxiety, all of that stuff, and move towards the smoother waters ahead. So I really feel like, you know, you're being encouraged and you know, told to really, you know, move away from stress, let go of your worries, anxieties. I know Aquarians can tend to really overthink things because you are an air sign. You know, that's why the swords, they're the air element. So, you know, to me that even more for you indicates that you are letting go of some really challenging thought patterns, your own stress, your own anxieties, your fears. You're moving beyond that as well. Let's get a clarifier on this second Six of Swords. And the Chariot. Boy, that's positive movement. The other thing that I feel like this is really doing for you is it's helping you to understand yourself. The more inner work that you do for yourself, the better, because the Chariot is a card of self-awareness and personal growth. You may be learning a lot about yourself this month, Aquarius, and you may be learning that, you know, sometimes it's really better to let go of argumentative energy, worries, anxieties, doubts, all the things that keep you up at night, right? It's not helping you. It's not helping anything. So it's really important to keep things moving, right? Go in the direction of your dreams. The Chariot is all about balancing the yin and the yang, the dark and the light in all of ourselves. And it is about movement. You know, you got the Six of Swords twice, you got the Chariot. These are cards of movement. You're not going to stay stagnant here. Hopes and fears position is the Five of Swords. My goodness. I mean, you know, along with that Four of Pentacles being there, you definitely have a feeling of fear or worry about getting hurt, about getting taken advantage of. You know, and this may or may not be unfounded. It really depends on your situation. But to me, it looks like you have some very good people around you. So I really have a feeling that this is more of a fear. I don't think it's an actuality. And it is important for you to look at that. You know, why is it that you're so worried about someone else taking advantage of you or using you? Let's get into a clarifier on this Five of Swords, please. Yeah, Five of Wands. And this is something you really struggle with, Aquarius. And I get the feeling more that it's a battle within because of the position. The hopes and fears position is all about our internal condition. It's not so much about something that's actually happening. I do feel like you tussle around about this a lot. Like you really are coming to, I don't know, it's like you're coming face to face with some deep held fears or worries about people just really taking advantage of you or abandoning you or just, you know, not being a good person to you. There's something about that there. So you might want to take a look at that this month, especially when you're, you know, either meditating, having, you know, time where you really self-reflect, or if you're actively going to, you know, counseling or therapy. These are things that are definitely important to talk about because they could be a bit deep-rooted. Going into the outcome card, absolutely a beautiful card as we come into the outcome. To me, the Hermit card is very, very strong. It's a card of healing from the inside out. It's a card of self-understanding, self-awareness. This may be very much something that you have to do on your own, even though I do feel like you have, you know, of course this is general, so you may have a very good partner in your life or somebody that really is very supportive of you, but when it comes to your own personal spiritual growth and development, it's something that you've really got to do for yourself here. The Hermit, of course, follows the Star of Truth, just like, guess what, the same star that is your personal power card, Aquarius, right? So, you know, the Hermit follows that star of truth and hope, being restored, of faith and honesty, right? And so I really feel like this is a nice indicator that by the month's end, you're really going in the right direction for you. Like you're really going to learn something deep about yourself, and it helps set you on a better direction that really moves you in the direction of those dreams. Let's get into a clarifier, please, for the Hermit here. Yeah, this brings you into greater balance as well. You will be working hard this month, Aquarius. I do feel that. You know, you really do have that discipline and that structure, but it is important to balance it, right? You've got to take enough downtime to heal, to work, to reflect, to meditate, and to really get to know yourself a little bit better. This is beautiful reading. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck for you guys. Okay, ooh, we got the Seven of Cups again. Okay, so Seven of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles. Aquarius, it's definitely a month where you've got to come out of some sort of procrastination and start making some, you know, solid choices. And it's also a month of patience because these are the undercurrent through here, right? It's about being patient. It's about allowing things to grow in their own timing because the Seven of Pentacles is all about you've put the seeds in the ground. Now you've got to cultivate the seeds so they grow into a beautiful garden. If you don't cultivate the garden, all you're going to get is weeds. But if you cultivate it, you're going to get good relationships, personal happiness, better success in career and manifesting. So definitely be working on cultivating a good garden this month, Aquarius. Let's get an affirmation for you. Yeah, look at this. I love this card. To me, this is a very powerful card, the Master. And to me, you know, it goes along with that Hermit card. This is mastery of the self, of the mind, of the interior conditions of our soul. You can solve your problems naturally and cleverly. Proceed with courage and a decisive strategy. Let your opponents underestimate you. A Taoist master uses soft to conquer hard. Leverage the power of your adversary to your advantage. So, anything that is standing in your way or feeling like a blockage, the best way to meet that is with a gentle approach, right? Because when you're hard, when you're rigid, that's when you can get toppled over very easily. So Aquarius, what a powerful month ahead. A lot of interesting stuff coming up here. I hope you'll let me know what's going on with you down in the comment section below, guys. And I will be seeing you very soon. Take care.